Morning, beautiful souls. Happy Friday. It's Friday again, and it's Tim Wild coming to you. I'm sat in my usual place, and above me is an oak tree. So if I get demolished by a barrage of acorns within the next 5 minutes or so, it will be caught live. It will be immortalised live on my page forever. But I just want to talk a little bit about the energies, as I always do on a Friday. A bit of an Ascension update, a bit of a roundup, and it's been a bit of a funky week, hasn't it? It doesn't matter where you are in the world. We've experienced kind of very much the energy is coming in wave form, highs 1 minute, lows the next, and it's very intense. Now, my kind of experience of the intensity began over the weekend. I was really feeling a build up of energy. Then on Monday. And Monday was a big day for me personally, and I know it was for quite a lot of you as well. We ran the workshop on Monday night, opening the 33 peace portals around the planet, and those 33 peace portals were cherry picked because the cities that the portals were opened above are very much, you know, they're financially lucrative. They have a lot of activity in them. And obviously that is the majority of that is a 3D construction, and I think most notable were places like London, city of Melbourne, Rome, Beirut. Places like this took a lot of work, and the peace portals were large, very powerful, and through each one came one of Commander Ashtar's starships, who are now in place ready to kind of continue the next phase of the work. But most notably, during the course of the day on Monday, I was having an energy that was kind of coming to me, which I've noticed previously before powerful workshops, that's trying to knock me off my perch a little bit. Now this is, and you will all be aware of it, you all might be experiencing it on some level, the group of souls that are wishing to keep our planet in 3D are now getting pretty desperate, okay? And that desperation is being reflected in our politics. If you look at the way that the politicians, who are simply, they're just front men, they are the ones who are kind of like enacting the orders for those behind the scenes, they are beginning to kind of act very irrational. I mean, they've been acting irrationally all year, but the level of that irrationality is becoming very noticeable now. It's like you know, I used the description of Monty Python's circus on many occasions. It's like even Monty Python would be struggling to kind of struggling to match the level of the silliness. Basically, we'll use kind and loving words, the levels of silliness that are being kind of projected into our various realities at the moment. And so you're going to see a big increase in this over the next couple of months, particularly between now and December the 21st. Now that the game is up and everybody's waking up and all of this energy is building momentum, the acts that you will see will get increasingly, they'll just get increasingly more irrational, and they become increasingly easy to negate with the power of love, rationality, understanding, 5D frequencies, everything. It just simply plays into our hands even easier, which is marvelous. But the empaths are amongst you, and I know I know that's quite a broad term. I know probably 99.9% of us are all empaths on some level, but some of us are really, really feeling this kind of yo-yoing of energies at the moment. Particularly the light holders, those of us who are kind of, well, our soul agreement is to hold the light, anchor the light, spread the light, and create this kind of magical 5D space for everything to kind of work in. We're really feeling it at the moment, because when these huge surges of light come in, we need to make space for it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and it happens on a large scale level and it happens on a small scale level. It's like taking a brick, chucking it into a pond. the minute you do so, the rock sinks to the bottom, and all of the mud, all of the silt is stirred up. And so this is happening within us at the moment. Of course, you know, like we've got all of our shadow stuff that is coming to the surface to be dealt with, but also the collective shadow. Monday night really stirred up the collective shadow. Okay, it's like the biggest rocks were chucked into the deepest ponds on a global level. And of course, this, you know, our group wasn't the only group that's working on this level. There are thousands of groups of light workers around the world focused on the same target, doing the same thing, and collectively we're making an incredible difference. But it's just interesting to note that when we work with these high frequency energies, quite often, or more often than not, on the other side of it, we will feel like we need to have a bit of a rest, a bit of a break, a bit of TLC, a bit of recuperation, recalibration, all of the R's basically. So if you're feeling like that at the moment, cut yourself some time, give yourself some love, have an Epsom salt bath, take some extra vitamins, drink some extra water, just step back from it all a little bit and let your energy recenter. Okay, there's another R, recentering. So that's kind of where we are energetically at the moment. We're preparing for another colossal push. Okay, it's you know, we're early part into October at the moment. We got until December the 21st, so it's a bit the space and the time is getting shorter at the moment. We've got like weeks instead of months. And you know, before we were having conversations like this back in the kind of the misty warm days of the summer. It's actually quite chilly where I am this morning. It's a beautiful kind of clear sky morning in South UK, and it fits. I think the temperature is below 10 degrees. Those of you in Finland and Sweden will be going, oh, that's nothing, that's like summertime kind of thing. But you know, back in the misty kind of warm long summer days, you know, the end of the year and the target date seemed like a long way off. Well, it's here now. Okay, it's here, and we are required to show up, show ourselves, and anchor that energy, be our highest selves. So when you know, in between showing up and kind of the other, we've all got lives to lead. Allow yourself that time and space. Okay, heal yourselves, love yourselves. Just remove yourself from it as often as you need to do, because it's a little bit like stepping into a storm. Okay, if you're working at the front line of these energies, if you're kind of in with it with intention, then you are going to need to occasionally step out. And when you do that, it doesn't mean that the whole thing's going to collapse. It means that others will step forwards. You know, we're a very organised, very well trained team. And even though we might not be fully aware of how connected that we all are, and fully aware of what the other groups are doing, on a soul level, we are working with military precision to get this job done. So step back if you need to do. The ascension process won't collapse if you take a few days off. And like I'm giving you this advice from the heart, because exactly the same thing applies to me. You know, I'll never send out ascension advice unless it's something that's actually applicable to me too, because I think that most of you will actually realise by now you will be teaching what you've experienced, and that's what teaching's all about. You learn the process, you do the hours, you put the time in, and then that's what you bring to the table. That's what you bring to the ascension table. So that's where we are. We've got an incredible month ahead of us. Then we move into November, December, and December the 21st is due to be the biggest reset that we've seen with the new dimensional frequencies that we've got. And as you've heard me say in the previous videos, Saturn has moved out of retrograde now, which is providing it's basically a field day for us, because all of the energies that were put in place that were kind of, you know, like what we'd regard as the dictatorship energies, the archetypal 3D control and restrict energies. Like they've got no legs. The table legs are very, very wobbly now. They only need a little kick and they come down. Though the table legs are basically, if you want an analogy for it, the legs under the table are the people that are still asleep and they're waking up constantly. The intensity of restrictions, the intensity of the pressure, the more kind of the more silliness that comes out of the TV, the better that actually is, because that is the stuff, that is the ingredient, the final ingredient that wakes people up. So that's my kind of bit of a rambling Ascension update this week, but I think you get the general gist of the energy. We are riding a roller coaster of energy waves coming in at the moment. So just feel it, sense it, be it, embody it, be yourselves, show up, step back when you need to, and give yourself TLC in love, because there's plenty of others within the team that will step forwards. It's a bit like a relay team or a tag team. So sending you all loads of love. I hope you have a beautiful end to the week and a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. Bye for now.